All right, on this nice little day, nice and hot, 90 degrees, do a little kingfisher. I've been over here in a few, been riding a lot of wild turkey in Burmill Park out in Greensboro. Trying to get this little channel thing going. Mix it up between riding, house projects, daddy times. Hopefully keep you interested some days. This one is a nice fast trail. It's like I want to tell you, it's the time you go out, you loop it twice. It's around 7.9 miles for a nice quick ride. You can get on it some parts are fun. Just got a bug in my eye. Trying not to wreck today. I'm wearing my body armor. This box stuff's pretty good. Only problem is it's hot. The hotter it gets, harder it is to wear. In the winter it feels good. I ain't worried about the weight, more the heat. I'm a good rider, but I ain't a pro. A lot of you guys out there kill me as you go. We're fighting over names for the channel. My daughter wants to call it Dad's World. Maybe somebody will like it. You never know. Just a interesting kind of thing. Me and a friend of mine's channel, we're gonna compete here to see who can get a little more. He's a urologist or a pee-pee doctor. I'm a stenographer. But, excuse me, thank you. And that's one of the dangers. The little guys out here. You get out and they're beyond the trail. I'm going nice and easy right now, but what would happen is you'd be flying and somebody would either be on the trail or coming on head on, and they don't have really good biker etiquette. If you're flying down a trail, you get out of the way if you're the slow guy, or if you're going uphill. I know it sucks to stop, but it's better than getting hit. I got the full body armor on, helmet, gloves, that's always, no matter what. I got these nice skin pads on my shins and knees. That's purposely where I usually get most of my injuries from. Pedal pops, or whatever you may call them. You catch roots on your pedals as you're going. Sometimes you pop off on lands. I guess it's been up for debate. Do I cast the rides and talk the whole time? Do I show some of the trails and fun out here and put it to music? I guess that's what you guys can comment to down below on the rides, at least. I average, depending on the trail, about 12 miles per hour, give or take, over a 7 to 18 mile ride. Now it's a big difference being out here on different trails than it is to be on a street bike. This bike is, even though it's a Fuel EX, hey, a Fuel EX 9.7. This is is I believe a 19, but it's all considered really nice and light, but compared to a lot of the high-end frickin' street bikes, it's probably 3 times as heavy. It's got a lot bigger tires, so according to speed, they can ride faster on flat pavement, even hills. They can get up to speed mostly, and they don't have to do as much interval training, basically going up down on your gear sets. Your gear sets help you pedal, but obviously the way gears work, lower gears let you pedal up steeper inclines or rougher terrain, but not go as fast, but be easier to hit. And obviously when you're on a mountain bike, you got problems. From uphill, downhill, curves, stop, start, trees, all kinds of things that are gonna stop you. So you're constantly changing gears, and you can't get up to speed and keep it. On downhills you can a little more, but the friction or physics behind your tire being 3 to 5 times wider alone means more tire is meeting the ground. More tire meets the ground, more stability. Trade-off is more friction. Only nice thing, even though it's hot, it's a little bit better in the shade of the trees. Believe it or not, I purposely will take these rides in the middle of a hot day in the summers, because almost nobody's out here. People become weekend warriors in the spring, sometimes in the fall when it's real nice. Not so much in the dead heat. So I actually prey upon this, because most of the time when I wreck, knock on bike here, it's from trying not to hit another rider. A lot of times too, I gotta wear insect repellent because the damn ticks get you on the passing leaves. Those little guys are rough. Some of these rides, you'll see me hit it really hard. The problem with riding speed, and I'm not talking endurance, it's stability. I'm a 40-year-old rider. Some of you guys might make fun of me saying you don't need that equipment on those trails, but I've come home all screwed up. And since I've come home all screwed up, and I'm a sole business breadwinner, the wife didn't love me riding. So a compromise was to wear as much safety equipment as possible. And I'll take some pictures and post them of my gear. You know, it's worth the money. My body armor has a turtle shell on the back to protect from spine impacts. But I take that off this time of year just because it's more heat, more weight, more everything. And I wear a camo pack on my back with water and a couple supplies if I need it. got some squeaks on my bike. I must have a bearing going out on me. I have to fix it. It's a pain in the ass. I've tried to do as much of my own repairs as possible. I keep buying more stuff, it seems like. If you're gonna ride a bike and actually ride it in the woods, this is a tame trail here. But if you're gonna ride, you're gonna tear your bike up. Friction, grime, wrecking, we just wear. I seem to do a decent amount of work on my bike a year. Now I ride probably most weeks on the low end 3 times and on the high end 7. So just depends with daylight savings time, how wet it is out here. I used to be a lot braver and I'd ride out here because I wanted to get my ride in no matter what. The problem is, as I've done this over the years, one, all these roots you see, they become like ice when it's wet. So you wreck really easy. In North Carolina, in Greensboro, where this is, the clay becomes slick. So what happens is it gives real easy, or it becomes ice. So you become uncontrollable. If you've ever heard the term guys use with dozers and skid steers, you can't grade mud. Well, same applies to riding on it. It's dangerous. It's real dangerous when it's clay. And so I got injured so many times, I broke so many components that I've really tried to tally back. So what I'll do is literally, oh, you hear me hit a root? That was a pedal, that almost made me wreck. But what I'll do is I'll ride on the roads about 12 miles or so. On a lot of days I can't ride out here. It's a lot of hills where I am and cut throughs. It makes me stop and doesn't let me get to long-term speed. Gives a good workout. Not as good as out here, but better than nothing. I think I swallowed $3. So the rain, when we get it, isn't bad when I get a strong shower for the trails. It's when we get continuous rain or light rain that lasts a little while, because the hard rain doesn't really soak into the clay as long as it doesn't last forever. So the trails open up sooner. The calming light sprinkle crap that just pounds you, oh man, it's a mess as the trail looks. It soaks it up and then it damn doesn't dry out. Clay holds on to water like my wife holds on my wallet, tight. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Doesn't cost you anything. It's easy. And it helps me make more videos. Lets me know I'm doing a good job, okay? If you want to see certain things, put it in the comments. It's a nice little roundup. I wrecked here the other day. I jumped too hard and came down sideways and caught some leaves. I would suggest, if you're just a guy starting out and wanting a mountain bike ride, and you're born with something like me, no ass syndrome, or just starting riding, you get the underwear that have gel in them, and the seat that goes right in your keister, whoever designed it, won't hurt as bad. But I'll be honest, after you get used to it, you don't need the gel underwear. I wear some nice baggy or comfortable shorts that are easily washable. They have pockets, are made for mountain bike riding. They're not expensive, probably 30 bucks. I found buying the high ends and buying these wasn't that much different, and it damn sure didn't make my ride better. Not the same on body armor. This Fox body armor that's used for motocross and other things. There's a turnaround right here because I haven't finished extending it. See? You see the flags back. But I call it Terminator armor because it looks like I've been working on one. It's like an exoskeleton. I thought about different topics, as normal dads do. Maybe we have the conversations about politics. Maybe it's home improvement. Maybe it's how to deal with the family when you want to choke them or they want to choke you. Let's make it interesting. Give me a good topic, I'll hit it. Put it in the comments. Remember, I'm new to this, so I'm learning as we go. The longer you subscribe, the happier we both are, because you get to write what you want. And if you're one of the early subscribers, because I ain't got any because I'm just starting, obviously you get more attention paid to you, man, or a girl. Woo. You know, one thing I found is mountain biking burns a crap ton of calories. I used to run 100 miles a week for years and years, and quite frankly, my knees just can't take it. I got a torn ACL in one leg, a meniscus in the other, and I just couldn't do it. We age, things happen. So I said, what can I do? Because I ain't the best eater, guys. And that brings us up to our topic of the day. I lost about 40 pounds. I got away from biking and exercising, and I've always been active while I did my MBA. When I was doing my MBA, time permitting, family permitting, something had to go. So this went. I put on about 20 pounds. Nobody thought I was fat. I hide my weight well. But I'm about 5'11", and I got to about 215, 218, something like that. And even though, compared to a lot of peers and people I see on a daily basis as patients, I looked great. I wasn't happy with it. And I'm not talking you need to be dad bod of the year here. I'm just saying I wasn't happy. So my wife really wasn't giving me crap. She did poke me like the Pillsbury Doughboy a couple times. But I decided I wanted to lose it. So as soon as I graduated, I got on a little diet. A diet that I could follow because I like to eat like crap. I like fried foods. I like cheese. I like carbs. I love me some pizza. And veggies are secondary. I'm more of a meat-atarian, okay? So, what does that mean to you? That means maybe you're like me. That's why we gain weight. When I was young, I couldn't put on weight. I'd go to McDonald's and eat 6 double cheeseburgers and laugh about it. I remember I worked at McDonald's at one point and I'd make like a 10 frickin' patty hamburger because I could. And I couldn't gain weight to save my life. Then as time went on, I was in the Marine Corps. Hoorah. And I started noticing right at the end of my time I could put on about 3 to 5 pounds a year. Nice. Almost died right here, guys. I went over that lip. Anyway, so what I did is I started gaining weight. I didn't really know how to lose it, even because I was still exercising. See, this is where I go back normally, but I do another lap. It brings me up sometimes too on this fast trail. But anyway, how did I lose the weight? Because I lost almost, I think 39, 40 pounds last time I checked. Put a couple back on, and then I've been on a kick again. I haven't even weighed myself. I got to go to do my physical here next week. I figured I'd leave it as a surprise, but I've lost weight again. I can tell by my pants. But anyway, how did I get there? Because I didn't stop eating what I wanted. I wasn't going to stop life. I thought it was bull crap. Everybody wants to be a vegan or starve themselves, lose weight, and then as soon as they start eating, it comes back on them like crazy. Well, I bought protein shakes that are, 160 calories, 170 calories, 26 grams of protein, low sugar, almost no carbs. And I drink one in the morning. That's breakfast. I have my Red Bull or energy drink, which I know some of you are saying, that's not good for you. Bad stuff. Remember, I'm not trying to go bad. It's perception. If I was eating 3 hot cakes, 3 eggs, a milkshake for breakfast, and I changed to a protein shake and an energy drink, I think we're doing pretty good, people. It's all weighed against what you were doing, okay? Hence why when you're young, you can eat it like crap and still look good, because your body burns more. Don't need it, for the most part. Anyway, I do the same thing for lunch, but no energy drink. And then, whew, and then what I do is exercise most days. I ride my bike, do the stair elliptical on days I can't go out because it's rainy or I have to hurry. Do free weights. Those, sometimes I'm doing a couple times a week, sometimes I go once a month, but I go all over the place, and that depends how much aerobic I'm able to do. But the working out, even riding, doesn't seem to cause all my drastic weight loss. It's the lack of eating every meal fried. So something in my damn helmet. Ow. Oh, damn bee. That's all right. He won't sting hard. Anyway, over time, it took me, I'd say 6 months. I lost about 40 pounds. And that was while still eating whatever the hell I wanted at night as much as I want, and some desserts. Now, my wife, bless her heart, is tiny. And she'll probably be tiny till she's dead. She's real lucky. She has to do a little bit, but she's a good looking tiny girl. So she likes to have ice cream at night. And she always feels bad because she's a pleaser. And she says, can I get you something? Can I get you a candy bar? Can I get you ice cream? Most nights, I simply cut that out because it was at night. I got smart snacks that, yes, some of them have calories, i.e. my peanut butter pretzels that have it inside. Those are like my favorite. Or a lot of beef jerky. High protein, woo! A lot of protein.
Exercise rate.
Not bad on calories. No carbs. Slow digester. Once it's done, it keeps me full. Sometimes I'll drink water a little bit before dinner if I'm real hungry to try to calm my appetite. I'm not eating small portions at night. If I was stricter at night, I could have lost this weight so fast it wasn't funny. But that wasn't plausible for me. That wasn't doable. It wasn't something I could do long term. And then when I go on vacations, we eat, boy, whatever we want. Desserts, whatever. And then when I come home, try to calm it a little bit as far as those desserts and stuff. But life ain't fun if you're starving. You're only here a little bit, guys. Enjoy what you got. And anybody tells you they can survive on grass and crap is either semi-nuts to me or a hell of a lot happier with no meats in their life. Which that's okay. It just ain't me. I'm actually real surprised. 90 degrees out here. I think 90, 91. And my gear isn't killing me. It's hot, but it's okay. I'm trying to get used to it. So I don't know how long I can ride my chest gear at least when it's hot. And like I said, a lot of you are gonna say, it ain't that dangerous, I don't need it. You're right. 99% of the time it ain't, I make it. But when it goes wrong, man, it goes wrong. I had a puncture wound from a pedal stick. It took like 2 months to heal. I could see the tendons. I pulled all kinds of gravel, sticks, garbage out of my back, sides, arms, shoulders. I've had more scrapes than I'd like to admit. And I just recovered from a hell of a thigh contusion that had me limping for 2 weeks. I'm not even pushing hard now, I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm riding a good, nice workout. It's not always about killing yourself. Now, very rarely out here do I get past, somebody come up on me. But it does happen. Hence how I hurt myself last time. I was on Wild Turkey and I started off and I was hauling. Oh, hauling, boys and girls. And I passed a rider early on that I didn't think much of it, so I do it all the time. And he stayed with me as I cruised by. He let me go by, real nice etiquette. And I was pushing. Hardest I'd ever pushed out there. A couple miles went by, I realized he was still with me, right on me. I felt bad, like maybe I was keeping him back. So I said, I better give it some more, because he didn't want to pass me. Jump time. So, what I did was just hit it hard. A lot of climbs, real steep out there. And then dips like that, but I hit one really fast, and there was some roots and rocks, and they caught my pedal. When they caught it, it stopped me like a head-on collision. It launched me over the handlebars, and my thigh caught the front of the handlebars, and since there was no give to the bike, it stopped me right there on a dime, boys and girls. Usually, when I get hurt, I rub it off, as long as it's not like a bone hanging out. I know I hurt later, or I might hurt the next day, I got scrapes, but I keep going. I had about 7-8 miles left of my ride out and back where I was going. And I had this nasty knot in my thigh. I give myself a hell of a thigh contusion if you've ever had one. So I figured it'd work out as I pedaled. Hell no. So I rode hard as I could, hobbled back in, and then what I did was get in, undo my stuff, but look, I didn't have any bruises. I said, huh. I said, it hurts. Woke up the next day, could barely walk. Trying to hide it at work, on my feet. So I work in imaging. I tested out one of the probes on my leg because I wanted to see if I had a collection of fluid in my thigh. So when I did, I couldn't find anything. I was quite surprised. I thought I had a hematoma, which is a complex bleed bruise deep down, but I couldn't see one. So I said, okay, it'll go away. A week went by, still hurt like hell. Then finally, I got a big bruise on the side that came to the surface after a week. And let me tell you, boys and girls, I never bruise easy. I get hit a lot. So, another couple days went by, and woo, go back, steep, slow, woo. So, I came back, nice, and tried to hobble around. We did some more rides, even with a sore leg. And then the rest of the leg going south started getting tender as hell. So my guess is, whatever that came to the conclusion of forming that I couldn't see, started draining south. If you've ever had a Baker cyst behind your knee and your calf all of a sudden starts hurting, you understand what that means. But it feels like you got a massive runner's cramp right in the middle of your thigh, and it ain't going away. So 2 weeks later, a little over now, I'm finally starting to feel normal again. It's not hurting to the touch, the bruise is gone. My point to this story is, when I was 20, that had probably been a 3 or 4 day hurt. Now that I'm 41, gonna be 42, it ain't so damn fun to get hurt. You don't bend as easy, you break easier, it takes 3 times as long to heal. In our minds, we, especially as guys, we still think we're 18. But our bodies don't react as well. And since I actually don't want to die out here, I would suggest to you, get equipment. I know you're tough. I know you don't need it, but get equipment. You'll be happier. Gotta get a drink here, hold on. Oh, that's good. So, some of you may ask how big a camo pack I go out with. Mine is 3 liters, plus I carry some other gear. Yes, it's got some weight, but I'm not Lance Armstrong, guys, and neither are 99% of you. Look at it this way. It'll give you a better workout. That's the 4th bug I swallowed. They are out thick as thieves. Like gnats and whatever the hell that was, beetle. Has protein, guys. See, I'm on the diet again. But by losing a little bit of the weight, my sore ass knees are a lot better. My back, especially my lower back, is a lot better. And it doesn't hurt to be able to take off your shirt and not be embarrassed, okay, guys? I know your wives are telling you it's okay to have a dad bod all the way. And it's okay to have a little pooge, okay? Shoot, we're just gonna get more as we age. But wouldn't you be a little happy, a little more thin? Your heart would be happier. Your stress, oh. Because I had a stressful job for about 10 years here with doing this. And this became a godsend. Especially between my job, a newborn, a wife that wants to kill me most of the time. It was my escape. Now, the wife does track me on the phone. Not because she's scared that I'm out doing something bad, but because she wants to make sure I come back in one piece, and if I wreck, I'm alone most of the time. If I hurt myself bad, she'll know where to find me. She knows about how long most of the time I go out, so if I'm out longer, she'll track me down. I also wear a bone conduction headphones. That way I can take calls for work, because I'm on call a lot, and listen to music. I got it going right now. And this makes it nice, just hands-free. I think they're Aero packs or something like that. I think I paid 150 bucks for them, but they've been worth every penny. Because they're not in your ear, so you can hear stuff still. They're comfortable under your helmet, not too hot. Obviously, you guys can see, even though I'm riding a pretty good pace, I can talk the whole time, not out of breath at all. You can get there. And you don't have to have the best bike. I do suggest you get a middle of the road bike, not just for weight, but durability, comfort, And if you have a bike that you like a little bit more, you tend to ride more. Trust me, I went through this phase. I buy all my bikes used, about a year old, and I keep them for about 4 or 5 years. I'll have to do maintenance on it during that time. I wear things out. Then I offload them and get a decent amount to put on my next one. My first bike was a crap pot. I paid 400 bucks for. Heavy, hard to use, clunky. I upgraded to one and it killed me. It cost me $700, a 27 wheel size Trek EX. I want to say it was a 7 at the time, 27 and a half. They're more nimble, cut easier, but they catch roots and stuff easier too. So I traded that up when I got tired of hitting roots to my first 29er. That was an EX8. I want to tell you, that was a 17 also. I want to tell you that. Rode it a couple years. Turned around. Found a EX 9.7, which I ride now. This is a 19, I believe. It's carbon fiber and aluminum, so both. I don't get wrapped up in that. They're both good bikes, all aluminum, all carbon. But this one was like, I want to tell you, like 7,000 new. And I want to tell you, when I bought it off a guy out in Utah, it cost me $2,200. I rode it pretty hazard free for a couple years. Then I started having to do some maintenance, just like a car, guys. Just the way it goes. Ooh, a little steepness, elevation. Oh, you hear that? That was a root impact on my downstroke of my pedal. I'm gonna have to adjust my shock. Getting the right adjustments is key. You got to take yourself on the bike, follow the steps, and don't be rigid. Play. Too much and it'll buck you off the bike. Too little and you sag out and bottom out. Right now, I think I got a little too little in some of my adjustments. But we're gonna fix that. I do 80% of my maintenance now myself. There are things that I just ain't doing yet. And I might change the bearings this time myself. I didn't last time. Hell of a lot cheaper to do it yourself. Got a cheap bike stand, I think years ago, off Amazon or eBay. I can flip it upside down, lube it, take it apart, and it holds it at height or where I sit, which is nice. Now, as far as how often will I upload, how often will I have new videos, that's a good question. Depends on work, family, and everything. I'm trying to start filming as I do this, home projects, other things. My daughter's gonna have one also. I think she wants to call it Zofam. So her name's Zoe. narrow these trails are, your handlebars just do get through a lot of places. That's why controlling speed, working the brakes, back, then front, are essential. You have no idea how many times I've come through these little passes and barely clip a damn tree with the side of the handlebar and not have it good enough, and it turned my front wheel 90 degrees and put me on my keister. And I might do some of these where you can fast forward through at double or triple or quadruple speed. That's gonna let you kind of control how fast you want to watch the trail if you just are interested in the trail and not my commentary. Or if I'm working on something, which I work on a lot of stuff, guys, I'm good enough to get myself in trouble, but I save a lot of money. I did my own sprinkler system. I did my own encapsulating in my basement. I dug it out, made a crawl space, poured concrete, made it into a gym, storage area, basically an unfinished basement, and then I encapsulated the rest of it. Well, that's the end of this trail. Let's see, 2 loops. That we're at 8.7 so far miles. If you're using your Apple Watch and you push cycling, it is not accurate, not even remotely close. It can't keep up with the trail, so you have to put a tachometer. I use a cat eye. There's a bunch of them. It does a good job. And if you see that awesome bike holder, it can hold up to 4 bikes and put the other pieces on. It took me years to find something not to put on the back of a truck. It's a QR3 Ride 8. Worth every damn penny, because all I got to do, guys, is set it down. Thanks for watching. Till the next time.